What word made you say, you know what, I better do that? One that even got you to open up an email or something like that. Well, hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Rock Your Brand podcast. I'm your host, Scott Voelker, a serial entrepreneur on a mission to help you. This show is designed to teach you, to inspire you, to motivate you to take massive action and build a future-proof business. So, whether you're just starting out or taking your existing business to the next level, this is your home. Now, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's rock your brand. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Rock Your Brand podcast. This is episode 923, and today we're going to be talking about one simple but powerful word that will get people to buy almost guaranteed. That's what we're going to be talking about on this podcast episode. Now, before we do jump into that, and let me just also clarify that you are going to be listening to a little bit of a coffee talk where we went through this entire process and also what this word is, but also other variations that work pretty darn close. So we're going to give you all of that in this coffee talk. Another reminder, if you have not yet attended one of our coffee talks and you want to, where you can ask questions there, you can hang out with some cool people. We call it our Take Action Morning Crew. Head on over to takeactioncrew.com. If you go to takeactioncrew.com, you will go to a page. It will give you the opportunity to put your name and email address in. And if you are on that list, we're going to do some cool things for the Take Action Morning Crew. And also, there's a special player there that you can search through all of the past episodes, all of those coffee talks, and it will literally take you to that specific area of any of the coffee talks that we talked about, that topic. So if you have something you want to know more about as far as email list building, you just type that in. It's going to take you to all of the instances of those videos or all of those coffee talks. It's pretty cool. It's a cool little smart player. So definitely go check that out, takeactioncrew.com. And oh, by the way, there's also a little bonus there for you. There's a live recording of a coffee talk in Fort Worth, Texas for Brand Accelerator Live 2019 for our VIPs. And you can sit in on that coffee talk. So that's there for you as well. All right, guys. So this episode, like I said, we're going to dive into one word that has resulted in lots of sales for myself, lots of sales for other people. But you can use this one word in the right places. And from there, you can also create other variations using this same idea and concept. All right. So sit back, relax, and get ready to make more sales using one simple word. Is there a word that you have reacted to that made you want to buy? What is a word? Let's go ahead and play with that for a second here. What word made you say, you know what, I better do that. I think I'm going to do that. Like, what's a word or one that even got you to open up an email or something like that? Let's see where we can go with this here for a second. And then I'm going to give you the word, and then I'm going to give you a few other words that are really close to me. They're like second words. And I'll give you some variations on how you can use this. And I'll actually give you an example on how I just used it. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. And guys, this works for email. This works for doing a post on Facebook. This goes for running a Facebook ad. This goes for a video that you do. It could be a title to a video. Expires usually gets me to react. Kay said, yep. Think about this. I don't know if anybody shops at Kohl's, but they have the Kohl's Cash, and it expires after a couple of weeks or however long it is. And by the time you get, oh my gosh, I got to get this thing. I got to use it by this time or I'm going to lose my Kohl's Cash. And it's not a coupon, by the way, it's cash. So you can go there and buy, if you got $20 Kohl's Cash, you can go there and buy, I don't know, a few pair of socks and you get them for free. So it is cash. So when that expires, it's like you just threw $20 away. But most of the time you're going to go in there and spend more than that $20. True? Yeah, most of the time. At least we do. We go in with $20 Kohl's cash. We walk out with $100 in our cart. Just happens, right? Because then you're like, well, this didn't cost me 100. It cost me 20, but your $20 you saved on the last thing made you feel as though it was good because you saved $20 on the other and you got $20 back, right? So it's a psychological thing. We love those rewards, but we also need that scarcity of something that's going to expire. And yes, Kay, I agree with you. It gets all of us to react. Yes, last day works for me too. Yep. 95% off. Yeah, that could be. That's a crazy one. But you know what happens when you see something that's 95% off for me anyway? I don't believe it. For some reason, I just don't believe it. You look at the jewelry market. It's always 75% off. Always. It's always 75% off. So then you start to lose the credibility of the offer. We don't want to do that, right? I will tell you right now that our offer right now is, it's definitely legit because everything here, if you buy it individually, will be $112.99 as of right now. Okay. You won't be able to get this. So I'm not telling you that this is something and then tomorrow I'm going to jack up the price. You know what I mean? Like that's not ethical. So like $1, Derek says $1. So you could do something, $1 trial. We've seen that works, right? But that's not what we're talking about here. All right. So let's get into it. I've let you guys wait long enough. The most powerful word that I've ever used, and I'll talk about why. And there's a certain way that you want to write this. And that word is deadline. Deadline. Now, if you think about this all the way back to when we were in school, we had a term paper, there's a deadline. We all have been trained that a deadline is, oh my gosh, I need to hurry up because if I don't, I'm going to be in trouble or I'm going to miss out. And no one wants to miss out and no one wants to get in trouble, right? So in our case, we're not talking like you're going to get in trouble, but we've been wired to see the word deadline. Okay. Now I use it most of the time in all caps, right? So if you look at an email that I'll send, it'll say deadline. And by the way, I just used one this morning. Okay. Cause we have our, the ultimate bundle here is going away. Actually, let me pull that up real quick. Be patient with me, guys. I'm going to do this on the fly. Let me see. I got to remember what I wrote this morning. So, okay. So the first one was for our private, BCA invite. Okay. So I wrote a subject line today that was in brackets, and you might have gotten this. If you're not in BCA and you've been invited to join Brand Creators Academy, you would have received an email this morning, and this would have been my third email to you since Friday. All right. And this one here is very, very simple. Deadline, brackets. Your private BCA invite expires tonight. You hear that other word in there that Kay, you brought up? Expiring, expires, right? Expiring means it's going to go away. Okay. Now we're not doing this in a way that's deceitful or a way that is, being bad. We know that people need it. We know that we react to it. Right. And so we are opening up our Brand Creators Academy to a very small group of people that are qualified to come in. We're not open to the public and they know that. So by you understanding that there's a time limit, you don't get a month to decide. Like, hey, listen, you either want in or you don't. You applied to be in, right? Now, if I've said that I've went through your criteria and you meet the criteria and you're in, I'm going to give you a certain time period that you're able to come in, right? And then from there, we're just going to close it again. And then in the future, we may invite you again. Okay. But right now it's going to open and close. We need that deadline. We need something that's going to go away. All right. And it's just the way that we're all wired. Okay. So that was the first subject line that I used. Deadline, your private BCA invite expires tonight. Okay. The other email I sent out was for this. Okay. Now I didn't use deadline again. And the reason why is because I know that some people that are getting that one email are also going to get the other email. Okay. So I didn't want it to be the exact same thing. So this one here just says ends tonight. brackets, and then brand building ultimate bundle. Now, I will probably send out another email, okay, that will remind them, because not everyone's going to see this, by the way, even though you think everyone opens your emails, they don't, okay? So we need to, again, bring awareness back to it. And so the next one that I'll probably send, and I haven't written it yet, but I've got some other words here I wanted to bring up. Last chance, okay, or last call, right? And so an example of this would be like last call for bass fishing bundle. Mine could be last call for the ultimate brand building package or bundle or whatever, right? Last chance, brackets, get the bundle or something, right? But when we have last call, last chance, that's usually just before it's going to end. Okay. The deadline, I like to do that in the morning to let people know deadline is tonight. And then you're going to give a last call. That means this is the last time I'm going to email you about this, or this is the last time I'm going to message you about this. So deadline is one of the most powerful words that I've ever seen used. And the reason why is because a deadline means it's over. Okay. And even the word dead in there, right? Deadline. It's like, ooh, it's a creepy word, right? No one wants to think about death or dead, right? So deadline. But it's just the way that we're wired. We've been raised this way to react to deadlines. And if you want to use deadlines to your benefit, even not selling anything, give yourself a deadline. I'll tell you what, you'll get it done. You will get it done. How do you think that I was able to create the email list building fast track workshop? I created a deadline for people to get in and for myself to get it done. If I didn't, I'd go, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I'll do it. I'll start it next week. And then that week goes by. I'll start it that week. No, deadlines. We react with deadlines. Your customers will react with deadlines. Okay. So use deadlines. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be something that could totally change your business when you add them into a promotion. I talk about inside of our digital product. I have another training that goes on kind of like along with that as an order bump. And it's called Digital Product Profit Maximizer. And I talk about sequence stacking of creating like a deadline sequence. And in that deadline sequence, one of the emails is the final day. And guess what the subject line is? Deadline. Last chance to get X. Okay. And the reason why, I've been using it for years, guys. It works. So why reinvent the wheel? So I want to give you the knowledge that I've learned, but also that I've tested it in multiple markets, and it works. If you look at your open rates on something like that, it's going to go through the roof. The other thing is when you're running a promotion and you add deadline to the subject line, you are going to also get more people to take you up on the offer, probably the last day versus the first day. The only way that you're going to get people to usually buy more on the first day is if you add an exclusive bonus for the first 10 or the first 20 or something like that. That will spike your sales, but then you'll get a little bit of a plateau or a little bit of a dip. And then the last day, the deadline, the last call, boom, up we go. Happens all the time. We've had it where we'll get someone, we're going to close it at midnight. 11:59, we'll get orders that come through. No joke. Okay. So it works. We got to have deadlines, and you need to let people know about a deadline, and you need to use it in your copy, your emails, your posts, maybe a retargeting ad you're going to run on Facebook. Okay. So let's talk about a couple other ones here that we can kind of tag along with it. I love also, like I said, final call, right? So final call or last call, last chance, all caps. Okay. This is the time I use all caps and I put brackets around it. And then I might put in something like I said here, last call, brackets, for your bass fishing bundle, right? Or it could be last call, bass fishing bundle expires at midnight, something like that. Okay. So deadline, very, very powerful. I want you guys to think about that when you are running promotions or anything for that matter, because you will be able to get people to act. Now, let's say that you weren't even doing this for to sell something. Maybe it's for you running a contest and you want to get a whole bunch of emails. You could use a deadline there that it's going to end here. And in order to be entered, you need to get your name in there, right? So you can use it to that effect as well. All right. So it's not just about people that are buying. It's about people that you want to do something. Deadline, if you want to be considered to join Brand Creators Academy. Our last time to apply is going to be here. And then after that, we will be sending out private invites. We could do something like that, which we probably will. So that's my thought on deadlines and why you should be using them. And by the way, there is a deadline if you're watching this on Cyber Monday. And if you're not, if you're listening to this on the podcast, or if you're listening to this after the fact, well, this isn't going to be relevant, but it doesn't really matter. You can kind of see it in real time. We are offering a bundle, and we're also offering private invites for Brand Creators Academy for today only. Okay. So again, that's part of this whole thing is I'm talking about deadlines. I have a deadline. I'm practicing what I'm preaching because it works. Okay. And every business should have deadlines in their marketing. All right. Well, there you have it. Another coffee talk. If you're interested in joining us on one of those coffee talks, head on over to takeactioncrew.com. And we'd love to see you there. It's where we hang out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And I'm there to serve you, to help you, encourage you, motivate you, inspire you, all of that good stuff, as well as everyone else that's there live on those coffee talks. So if you're interested, you got any questions you want to ask, want to do that live, head on over to takeactioncrew.com. And if we're not live, well, you can go there and go through all of the past coffee talks. So would love to see you there. All right, guys. So that's it. That's going to wrap up this episode. Again, the show notes can be found at brandcreators.com/923. And we'll be back here on another episode coming up soon. So guys, take care, take action. As always, remember, I'm here for you. I believe in you, and I am rooting for you. But you have to, come on, say it with me, say it loud, say it proud. Let's say it together now. Take action. Have an awesome, amazing day. And I'll see you right back here on the next episode. Now let's rock your brand.